Hello, Jess Too Good here. Today I'm taking a look at the LEGO Miles Morales Mech Armor Spider-Man 2021 set that retails for $10 with 125 pieces and one minifigure. The Miles Morales of this set might be my favorite minifigure of January 2021. This is the Miles that a lot of us have wanted for a while with his hoodie design. Love the design of the hood piece right here in that dark red. That hasn't come in that color before, and it's the new hood design. And underneath, you got a face print that's new. This is slightly different from, say, the 2019 Miles Morales because the web on here is a white. The one from 2019 had a red web at the base. You got some printing of that web at the back. Nice torso printing as well on both sides with the costume underneath. That's freaking awesome. And then his legs are actually a really rare combination of dual molding, where it's one that was used in a few 2015 and 2016 DC sets, and then they just kind of dropped it. And the Imperial Star Destroyer UCS set actually has a minifigure with that, and that's the most recent set. But that's it. Oh, and if you're wondering what this is his Electroshock Web Slinger. Of course, rearrange some of the pieces from the mech's web builds, and you could have Miles Morales shooting one of those electro webs. As for the build of this set, one thing that I noticed right away when the pictures first leaked was the design of these electro webs. Love getting these web pieces in like a translucent blue. It's just a really interesting color for those pieces. And this design is pretty standard for the Marvel mechs, but I actually like the color scheme a lot. I think the color scheme makes it look a little bit more menacing, and you don't go, why is Miles in a mech when it's probably more efficient to just travel along on his own? I mean, there is a 2021 comic line called Mech Strike for Marvel, but I don't think these are directly inspired by those. Either way, the design of the shield at the front is actually a nice exclusive print. It's also really cool to get that body piece that's used in these mech sets in a black, but that also comes in the Thor set. You could move that forward and remove Miles Morales, who just kind of rests on that divider right there. It's the LEGO Friends divider. Well, that was how it was introduced, but it does work with LEGO minifigures as well. And then we do have some shoulder joints starting with the arms. There's some nice articulation there. And right behind each of the shoulder joint builds, there's these nice web pieces, again in that pretty cool translucent coloring. At the very back, we have this piece in a nice translucent coloring just kind of clipped on. And there are two different sections of joints where we have this midsection, and then we have this last little hand design. The hand itself can have these fingers that move up and down. It's really nice positioning it in the way where Miles is slinging that web. I just like seeing that. And of course, getting those pieces in that translucent color, like I said, is something I haven't seen in any of the other sets. That looks really nice. And then for the right arm, it's essentially the same build, except this part's switched up where we have a web at the back of the hand, and the little articulated fingers work the same way where they're just clipped on. And keep in mind, these web designs can easily be removed as this is just clipped on. You can rotate the midsection, but there's a little build at the crotch area that kind of stops it so you don't do a full rotation all around. At the back, not too much else to see there, but you can kind of see how that piece stops it, where it just kind of comes into contact with that section of the joints. But for the legs, we have mini ball joints at that rotating section, and then you have a second midsection of mini ball joints, I guess you could say knee joints in a way. And then at the very end, we have these little feet designs, which are attached with mini ball joints. It's pretty hard to see there. I actually kind of like how these feet are built. They almost look a little bit ridiculous, like clown shoes, but still, it works pretty well on how stable this stands up. And you know what time it is. Posing time! Again, how those are built gives some great stability. This one, he's just kind of showing off his moves. And here's a cool pose with that longer web removed. And here it looks like he's doing a wacky walk. But just look how contorted this looks, and yet it's still stable. Good job on the mech build in terms of stability. But that's it for the build of this set. Let's take a look at the packaging and the final verdict. Here's the box for this set. A little Spider-Verse reference at the back there, though this ain't specifically a Spider-Verse set. And you can see a different shot at the back. And for the instructions, at the very, very end, we have an ad with some of those new 2021 sets. Already reviewed that one. Already reviewed this one. This one comes out in spring, or as I say, launch in March. I accidentally included it on my winter list, and I just bought this one and the Thor mech, so we'll see how good those are. So overall, most people will buy this just for the minifigure, but if you're buying it for just the minifigure, you won't be dissatisfied with what's included. Not only is there that nice little shield piece, but I think the overall design of this mech is one of the better ones, where it doesn't look super ridiculous when Miles Morales is using it. The design actually has a cool color scheme, and it's pretty posable. I mean, just as posable as any of the other mechs. So with all things considered, I rate this one a B+. A pretty darn cool minifigure, and the mech build, while not super unique or original, is one of the stronger ones of the bunch. That's my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.